let's get it started. There we go, right here. This is my good combination. We'll see. Oh hell no, we actually watching no ever volume. We are reacting to SCP-799 Carnivorous blanket explanation. You already know, but you truly, Dr. Bob, fire SP animator. I love his storytelling, and then the way he explained his the SP after he told the story, very fire. Guys, I'm trying like new intro where it doesn't take up too much time and everything. I don't know. I'm just starting. I just finished taking the shower, feeling really good. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. I don't know. Let's just start. What's up, Fix? Last time my video was, low, like my voice. And I found out why my settings was, messed up. The video louder, and then my mic lower for some reason. So I just changed it up and all that. So it should be better now. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And let's just get it started real quick. I got lots of things to do today. We'll jump in the description. Go check him out. I'll be happy giving one more subscriber. Let's get it started.
A storm rages outside.
And I'm 100% going to jump the GPO video today. I won't try to edit it right after this video.
The baby coos and laughs as the old woman makes funny faces and noises for
we got
the
grandma. We got
trying
her,
to keep it entertained as they wait for his parents to return from their much-needed night out by themselves. The old woman herself needs a rest now, though. He's forgotten how exhausting it can be to watch a child. Okay, that's enough. It's time for both of us to take a little nap before your...
I already know she's gonna die.
Parents get back.
I already know.
She gets up and takes the
every time
baby
Dr. Bob shows the character,
that looks as though it was a nursery at one time, but it hasn't been used for many years. As she goes to set the child into the crib, a strong gust of wind blows through the room.
Oh, hell no.
She places the baby down and rushes to the window and closes it shut. It must have been left cracked open by mistake. Brr. The room is cold from the wind, but she has just the thing to fix that.
A blanket.
She moves to a small closet and opens the creaky door. The little old woman strains to reach up to the top shelf and feels around. Ah, there it is.
Why is it two the same?
She pulls down a baby blanket.
It's
a soft baby blue.
Why I feel like this is gonna get very, very dark. Why I feel like the baby. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing.
Colorful
I'm not gonna say nothing.
It looks as though it's been up there for a long time, and she gives it a good shake before walking back to the crib. Look what we have here. It's your daddy's own blankie. She gives it another shake.
It's gonna be...
There we go. Good as new.
It's gonna be dark.
She leans into the crib and wraps the small, helpless child in the blanket before giving him...
They even say helpless. Yo, this is gonna be so dark.
On the forehead.
It's gonna be so dark.
Now you get some sleep. Your mommy and daddy will be back before you know it, and we want to show them what a good babysitter Grammy is, don't we?
It's gonna be dark.
That way I get to see you all the time. The little old woman switches off the light and exits the room, leaving the door cracked just a few inches.
What's she looking at?
She heads back to the couch and plops down on it. Almost as soon as she does, though, the baby starts crying. With a sigh, she gets back up and goes back to the nursery. What's the matter, little dear? She says as she turns the lights on. Oh no, she rushes to the crib. You've kicked your blanket off. You must be freezing. She grabs the blanket from the end of the crib and tucks it around the baby once again. There you go, that's better. The old woman leaves the room.
It's gonna be dark. She gonna come back. It's only gonna be the head.
The door shut.
It's only gonna be the head.
It open just a few inches.
It's gonna be so dark.
The moment she turns around to go back to the couch, though, the crying starts again. With a sigh, she opens the door and goes back into the room. Once again, the blanket is stuffed at the end of the crib where the baby has kicked it off. Fine. Don't want a blanket? That's fine. She picks the baby up out of the crib and rocks him in her arms until it stops crying. She sets him back in the crib. There you go. No blankets. Just please get some sleep.
I went for it to get dark.
The old woman takes the blanket out of the crib and leaves the room. She closes the door most of the way and, incredibly, this time the child remains silent. The old woman resumes her place on the couch and starts to yawn. Just as she does, the wind outside picks up and howls loudly.
Where is this going to?
Shivers. She looks next to her and spots the baby blanket.
There you go.
She picks it up and examines the cute animal print, remembering when her own son was a baby wrapped in it.
It's over.
She smiles at the happy thought and throws the blanket around her shoulders. She leans back on the couch and finds that her eyes are growing very heavy. She'll rest them for just a moment. She won't fall asleep. She'll just rest. Mom, it's us. We're back. Thanks again for... The couple both scream when they enter the house to find that the old woman is lying face down on the floor in a pool of blood. The source of the blood is obvious. Chunks of flesh from her shoulders and upper back have been torn out. leaving
you got me
as if she were mauled by an animal.
Oh, hell no.
As the man runs to the
you
old
don't need
woman,
that blanket?
trying to do anything he can to help her, the woman runs to the nursery to find that the baby is sleeping peacefully in his crib. The woman picks up the child, tears streaming down her cheeks, and returns to the living room to see her husband kneeling beside his dead mother.
Oh, yeah.
Both the husband and wife are so shocked by what they have found that neither notices the baby blanket lying on the couch, or that the cruel, blood-covered mouth on it is slowly fading from view until it disappears completely.
Hell nah. I'm telling you, see those two blankets, but I knew she grabbed the monster one. It probably came through the window.
There is little in life that is more comforting than a favorite blanket.
Of course.
Perhaps you've had the same one
I got
since
my
you
own
were
too.
a child, or
got my own blanket
you have
I
a
always
heavy
use.
one that you like to wrap yourself in when you're feeling down, or maybe it's just one that's especially fluffy and warm that you'd do anything to keep. Today's anomaly plays on those very feelings, using them against its victims to become one of the more insidious.
I see the more newer video, you can tell the animation's getting way better too, way better.
Predatory anomalies in the SCP Foundation archives. This is SCP-799, also known as the Carnivorous Blanket.
I won't say Euclid.
SCP-799 is a type of creature that can vary in shape, size, and appearance.
Yep, that's
but,
what I thought.
as the name implies, always takes the form of a blanket of some kind. The exact material the anomaly is made out of is unknown, but it is a very soft fiber that in many ways resembles a high-quality merino
So it's actually not made of fibers. It's made of like some kind of skin that it has. Probably from its own dimension where it came from or something. I don't know, man.
The one that retains heat even more effectively than its natural counterpart. SCP.
Oh, we got ad. You guys already know. I don't care what kind of ad it is. If I don't get paid at least a single penny, at least a single penny, we're not gonna show the average volume. We're gonna skip it. Sadly, we got 2 in the first one. We couldn't skip it. So there we go. A mute. Let's keep it going. But remember, guys, if you ever get one of my ads, watch the whole thing. Thank you for the support. Even though there should be no ads. Yeah. I'm talking to you. You right there. Yeah.
SCP-799's weight can vary from between half a kilogram all the way to 6 kilograms.
Okay.
And while examples have been found in nearly every color imaginable, it seems predisposed towards pastels and will frequently have patterns featuring stylized, friendly depictions of various animals. Both the pastel colors and the childish patterns are especially common in instances of SCP-799 that weigh less than 2 kilograms.
But why then did nothing to the baby though? Did the baby just kick in time every time?
Would colloquially be known as baby blankets.
Like, I'm confused.
While SCP-799 is undoubtedly a living organism, there is some debate as to whether it is itself an animal or perhaps a type of fungal colony. Instances of 799 are incapable of locomotion, lying motionless for long periods of time,
until someone touches it.
In the way of nutrition. What small amount they do need, they appear to be able to gain almost entirely from the organic particles present in normal household dust, such as animal dander and dead human skin cells. The blanket feeds via a series of minute, filter-feeding mouth-like structures that are spread across the surface of the creature, which wait for nutrients to fall into them, not unlike a sponge on the ocean floor.
Then why eat humans?
Instances of SCP-799 can survive for quite a while in this state, and one specimen was noted as having lived for multiple years in a damp attic, subsisting entirely on the small organic particles that would drift down from the rafters above. Should an instance of SCP-799 be forced to go for long periods of time without a source of nutrition, though, like when, for example, it is placed inside of a sealed closet or drawer,
that's when it eats someone?
It will begin to undergo certain physical changes, which result in it metamorphosing into its predatory form. These changes aren't noticeable from only casual observation, and consist of the blanket converting its many filter-feeding mouths into a single, large one that is lined with multiple rows of extremely sharp teeth.
Man.
The blanket creature also develops a new form of tissue inside its cloth-like structure, one that is similar to muscle and capable of contracting and squeezing. Once its metamorphosis is complete, the instance of SCP-799 will lie in wait for an unsuspecting creature to cover themselves with it or wrap it around their body. Once they do, the blanket will bide its time until they enter a state of rest, usually waiting for them to fall asleep entirely, at which point...
so that's why,
its feeding phase will begin. Once the creature has detected that its victim is dormant, it will use its newly formed muscle to latch onto them, holding them in place as it opens its tooth-lined maw. It will begin to bite at its confined prey, tearing off several kilograms of flesh, bone, and any other organic material it can, swallowing it, and converting it into a thin slurry that it spreads through its body almost immediately. This traumatic, violent process nearly always leads to the victim dying of
YouTube, that's a mannequin with ketchup.
The mouth on SCP-799 will have been completely reabsorbed, leaving no signs that it is anything other than a normal, everyday blanket, though one which now mysteriously weighs several kilograms more than it did before. By 40 minutes after the attack, the entire digestive system within SCP-799 will have demetamorphosed back into its original form, with a single digestive tract being changed once again to the many dispersed filter-feeding mouths. While SCP-799 is more than happy to feed on any warm-blooded animal, including humans, it shows no interest in cold-blooded ones or inanimate objects.
So warm-blooded.
Its senses may be limited to only touch and heat, using those as signs that it is now wrapped around a potential meal.
The snakes and all that,
of SCP-799
nothing happens to them.
Is that it reproduces through budding, like flatworms and corals. When it has absorbed enough nutrients and sufficiently increased its mass, either very slowly through filter feeding or rapidly via its carnivorous phase, it will begin to take on a quilt-like appearance. Over several weeks, one of the quilt squares will puff up and slide off the blanket. This new, smaller instance will resemble a doily or a throw pillow, until it too begins to feed and grow. The new instance is a perfect clone of its parent, identical in every way.
That's cool.
And it will eventually grow to a similar size and begin its own reproductive cycle. It is
But can it be Goku? Now stop. Oh man, I don't know, man. This is P. I think it's Euclid.
Known exactly how long it takes
I don't think it's Catcher.
To reach full maturity.
I don't think it's Catcher.
But the current best guess is that when kept in its filter feeding phase, an instance will reproduce every 50 to 60 years.
Alright, that's a lot of years though, I'm not gonna lie.
SCP-799 are quite prevalent across the planet, and the SCP Foundation currently has hundreds of examples in containment.
Catcher. I mean not Catcher, Euclid.
Unknown just how many still exist in the wild.
It's always Catcher.
It is very difficult to identify instances, with one of the only reliable means being through genetic testing.
Okay.
Should any instances be located, though, they are to be destroyed.
Damn, just like that?
The Foundation already has a large enough population and containment for research purposes, and they pose too much of a risk both in terms of harm and exposure to the general public. SCP-799 has been classified as Euclid.
There you go, come on, man.
Each instance is
Big
kept
brain.
in its own separate biocontainment cell at Biosite 66. Dust is regularly collected from the on-site D-Class personnel dorms and is sprinkled over the blankets regularly to keep them in their filter-feeding state, though only just enough to hopefully maintain their size and not allow them to reproduce. Should any small cloth objects appear in their containment
take it like a baby.
It is to be removed immediately.
Yo, that reminds me of like snakes and stuff like that. Like any Italian where they keep it like in a tiny basket. Also like geckos and all that. People who take care of them will make more or have their own store. They have that container like that. They open it and any babies or eggs is take it off like that. I don't know. It's something cool.
Separately. SCP-799 isn't the only predatory creature that resembles a cloth good in Foundation containment.
There's no one?
And research into possible connections to
Yo, that hoodie is fire! And I'm stop. I'm not gonna wear nothing that's
SCP-1626, the oversized gray hooded sweatshirt that sends penetrating fibers into anyone unlucky enough to put it on.
No.
Is ongoing.
Don't want that.
Now go and watch another entry from the
I see you got fight chicken. I see you got SCP-999, you know, the blanket.
SCP-1051. Nevadan extraterrestrial, for another anomaly with a rather unique feeding strategy. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single anomaly as we delve further and further into the SCP Foundation's classified archive.
Childish! No, stop. Alright, that was good. I like it. That was a good one. Oh, I'm watching no ad, boy. That was a good one. That was good. I liked it. It wasn't, wasn't actually not that bad. I was like, okay, it was gonna be like, a Carnivorous blanket, basic. Dr. Bob with his storytelling skills in SCP and storytelling and information. I'm starting today. I'm just starting. Stuttering. Oh man, but let me just end the video already. I don't want to be too long. Guys, hit the subscribe button. Go to 5,000 subscribers. We are almost halfway there. Thanks to you guys. Hit the like button too. It's supposed to be even more. Turn the notification to become one of the early again, which means you could be in the comment section first. But it's to the comment section. You go to my gameplay, does not have to be a Roblox game. You go to my video to react to, but please link the video in the comment section. It'll be easier to find. Or could be like, how you doing? We'll always try to apply back to you guys. And yeah, that's much it. It's your boy Frame. Out.